Coming to you live from Derry, Maine, it's the Hateful Geeks. This week on the Hateful Geeks, other than fighting off demonic clowns, we're going to be talking about the Wonder Woman intro in the Flashpoint movie. Joker apparently is getting his own origin film. Lex Luthor has been officially cut out of Justice League, and the Cyborg movie has been scrapped. But more importantly, JJ's back for episode 9, bitches.
Our savior.
Before we start,
yeah,
I wanted to say, like, I hate myself.
We've already started officially.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Well, then maybe people will hear this, but like, it took me a second to remember what the main reference was, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch,
Loser.
Yeah.
You loser.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the intros, and then we'll get this. We'll let you guys, whoever wants to get started, can start with Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Welcome back to another installment of the Hateful Geeks. I'm Phil.
This is Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
And this week we've got a lot of news we're going to be covering. A lot of events have taken place the last couple weeks since you last heard from your loyal. I don't know, what are we, nerds, dorks,
Well, geeks. It's in the name.
Yeah.
The
Fuck
Hateful
faces.
Geeks.
Fuck
I
faces.
feel like that's I feel like we're boxing ourselves in. We're so much more.
We
Anyway,
are a lot more.
but
We
yeah,
are.
there's been a lot of eventful shits taking place in the world of geek pop culture.
Eventful shits.
Eventful shits. I mean, I had a wonderful shit last Tuesday that was just very freeing.
Ooh,
That
tell
is
me more.
so much more information that I could ever ask for.
Well, yeah. So, but we really, we haven't done a news podcast in a while. I mean, it's been a lot
Not
of
since our
very
pilot.
specific. Yeah. So we kind of want to get back and touch on a lot of stuff that's been happening, mainly in the DC world. So we can kick it off. We all just had the Wonder Woman film come out this year. Awesome film. If you haven't seen it, you're fucking stupid. Go see it.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
I just rewatched it.
Yeah.
I just bought my copy of Blu-ray.
It holds up, brother.
Oh yeah. It does hold up.
It
well.
holds up after 4 months. It does.
She was one of the saving
man.
graces of Batman versus Superman. Her own solo movie was great, and the rumors are coming out that a lot of the reshoots in Justice League was giving her more screen time.
Well, good.
Awesome.
Even though she shouldn't have been in Batman vs Superman, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You laugh about this 4-month thing, Tim, but some movies don't hold up really well with a second viewing. Like Logan, for example. I loved Logan the first time. Trying to rewatch it is difficult. It's a slow film when you really get into it. But initial viewing, it was fantastic. I'm not going to hate on Logan, but Wonder Woman, watching it a second time, I still loved it as much as I loved it the first time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great movie. Sorry, I was a little loud. Sorry. Woo. All right.
Loud in my ear.
Yeah. So Wonder Woman is going to be in. Is this the Flashpoint movie or is it a story? Or we've already had Flashpoint story, obviously.
Yeah, so they just came out and they said that it is confirmed that Wonder Woman will play a role in Flashpoint. To a lot of the movie-going people, yeah, they're all like, whoa, cool. Yeah, to the rest of everyone else who's actually read Flashpoint, you know that the main core are all going to be in it.
I mean, the main conflict is, one of the main conflicts, rather, is Wonder Woman versus Aquaman. Atlantis is at war with Themyscira.
That's like literally like the world-threatening event of Flashpoint. That's the plot. I should hope Wonder Woman's in that fucking movie.
Do we have any other knowledge about this movie yet? Like about Flashpoint? Other than the Flash is in it?
I am told that Barry Allen will be in it.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
Are we going to get more Flashes?
I mean, I imagine that they'll get Ben Affleck and maybe Jason Momoa to be in it. Or, which would be really cool, instead of Ben Affleck, maybe you get Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh,
because Thomas Wayne is in it.
Thomas Wayne, yeah. You go back to that.
He does play Thomas Wayne in the Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice for that quick intro scene.
Huh.
It does.
And then Andy will raid because he hates that Batman.
No, I don't mind this one because, again, the wonderful thing about DC is the multiverse. So for all those who have not seen or read or know anything of Flashpoint, spoiler warning, and you're dumb for not already
Who
seeing
says
it.
spoiler warning? Wait, it's spoiler alert. Who says spoiler warning?
Warning, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to drop it on you.
I mean, also the story's like 7 years old.
It is. If you don't know by now, shame on you.
There's a fucking animated movie of it on Netflix. Like,
exactly.
you want to watch
forgot about
Flashpoint. You want to see the Flash movie early, kids? You can watch it in cartoon form.
Woo-woo. So during Flashpoint, Barry Allen comes across the multiverse where Bruce Wayne is the one that is killed in the alleyway. So Thomas Wayne picks up the mantle of the Bat and is Batman. And he's probably a little more disgruntled and grumpy,
more brutal.
Yeah, like
the award for the most what's the word looking for?
Like tamed wording for it.
Well, so does he pick up the mantle or does he just become Batman?
becomes-
he's just
becomes
Batman.
So say at that point Batman does not exist,
No, so
right?
he
Okay.
is. He's the Batman in
The
this
Batman.
universe.
And in a nice little twist, Martha is that universe's. I can speak like a big person.
Use your big words.
I'm trying. That universe's Joker. She goes crazy. Something snaps when Bruce
Because
dies.
her kid got shot in front of her. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so do you want to touch a little bit on the Flashpoint a little bit more? I mean, so for those that may or may not know what Flashpoint is, like,
I'd love to.
do you want to explain like what happened? How does this happen?
So
Barry Allen wakes up and he decides that he's had enough of his mommy issues. And he's unbeknownst to him, he has gone back in time to stop the death of his own mother. And anyone who watches The Flash on CW or has actually read a Flash comic knows that Reverse Flash or Eobard Thawne is responsible for the death of Barry's mom, directly leading him to becoming the Flash inadvertently. So he goes back in time and like saves his own mom's life. Now, I hate to break it, but this is a huge spoiler because he sort of just wakes up one day and reality's changed. And he thinks that Reverse Flash has done it, but the big reveal is that Flash did it to us all. It was Flash who screwed up. But all that aside, he wakes up, his mom's alive, though he's got no powers. The entire world is like falling apart. There's no Superman, there's no Justice League. Batman is like a fucking gun-toting maniac in Gotham, and Themyscira and Atlantis are at war. Like Superman is like a guinea pig of the government in like a basement somewhere. All of reality is just turned on its fucking head.
Nice.
And Flash has to like find a way to regain his powers and reset reality.
So he did this without even knowing he did it?
So because he reset the timeline, he
so
doesn't
now he
remember.
forgets. Okay.
He does. And the interesting thing about Flashpoint, or to me, has been like, even though DC has the multiverse and everything, Flashpoint is the DC universe. Like, it's not another.
Yeah, this isn't like an Elseworlds.
It's not like it's Earth 4 or Earth 17. Right. It's Earth Prime.
Okay. And is this what born the New 52, or is this okay?
When Flash went back, because as Flashpoint's going on, he is forgetting things about the regular DC universe. So as he goes back to fix it, the New 52 was revolved into like what he remembers. So
okay.
Their thing of like Superman and Lois, I think weren't married or anything like that. Like he just forgot that they were together.
Right. And so, I mean, I've read it. I just wanted everybody else to kind of, hear it if they haven't yet. And if you have watched the CW version, they do touch on that a little bit too. Because the same thing happens, and Barry starts to like forget things that he starts. His reality starts warping in front of him. That's Flashpoint. I think it's an awesome storyline. Not just a reset, like like they like to do, like Marvel likes to do a lot, or DC's done it. I think a couple times now, hasn't they? They just kind of do it
like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, they'll just reset everything. This is actually a good reset. I think it's a fun storyline, fun concept of the one person who can time travel outside of Superman doing it to save.
We don't.
I did.
Talk
I
about
enjoyed it. I'm one of the rare people that enjoyed the New 52 as well. So I actually really liked that unique twist to it. Like we've written ourselves into a corner after so many years of writing these same stories. What can we do to kind of reset it? So Flashpoint was unique. It was awesome. I liked that concept of it. And at that point, Flash became a little more interesting to me.
I'll agree.
He was always kind of like that, the one note guy.
Yeah, he was kind of gimmicky for a while. He was like really like he had a very small rogue gallery. It was really all contained to himself, and then this kind of burst him out into like the mainstream, I think, a little bit, and gave him much more purpose to the world. The main thing we were talking about is Wonder Woman's going to be in Flashpoint, which no shit, that's a given. I don't know why they announced that really, But do you think this is going to be like the next movie after Justice League, or we're going to get Justice League and then we're going to get Flashpoint?
We get Aquaman.
Aquaman? Okay.
Aquaman's done filming as far as I know.
Okay.
I think it's November of next year.
I believe
saying now the
Flashpoint is
question
still
mark.
looking for another director now.
Mhm.
Did they already have one and lose one, or
They've lost
They've lost
2 or
two.
3.
okay? Phil, you still there?
We just lost Phil.
Okay, just lost Phil. Let's see if he calls back. Doop, 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 doop. Or I guess I can call him. I don't know why I'm waiting. Phil, come back. Phil. There we go. All right.
Take 3. Go with take 3.
Yeah. So, Flashpoint lost director, right?
Yeah. The last rumor I heard was that Chris Lord and Phil Miller, are those their names?
The ones that were booted
looked this
off
up.
of Han Solo are now in the running for
they are running
Flashpoint.
for Flashpoint. Yep. I should do research.
All right. So,
Yeah,
if
we
it-
suck. So
that seems to be a trend.
Fuck me, right?
A lot of DC movies lose directors. Like, why? What's the big deal? Did they not like following the
Well,
the vision? Or-
Zack Snyder.
Well, that's
for obvious
different.
reasons.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to my belief that Warner Brothers just can't get out of their own way.
True.
And whoever.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a thought after
WB, you
that.
fucking suck.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of movies cycle through directors. They bring people in, they start to work through the concept, and then realize, you know what, we're not creatively together. And they,
Right.
this day and age with
Don't-
the internet and the rumors and everyone wanting to get the scoop, it's just more prevalent to hear. And especially
just
because everybody's bringing in big name
Higher
directors.
profile.
Yeah, so
I wish-
once one is gone, it's just all over the place.
I wish you would have used your old man voice. In this day and age on the internet.
Back in 1953.
Dickety 3.
Okay, so who is the director? Did you guys say that? Did I miss that?
They have no director right now. as
No
far as I know.
director. Okay, so
I'm directing.
get it, Phil.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, right on the Hateful Geeks. We have Phil, the new director of Flashpoint.
Yeah, and I guarantee you won't suck.
6 hours later, Hateful Geeks Phil has been fired.
My version of Flashpoint would be 12 hours long.
Ooh.
And Wonder Woman would be like a 90% of it.
I just made like the Dark Crystal bird sound.
The Skeksis. they have a name. They're called Skeksis.
Skeksis.
Chamberlain.
Okay, so Flashpoint,
Gelfling.
we know the story. We want this movie, I'm assuming, right, guys? I mean, like, this is a
Yes.
movie we would all go see.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
think-
want all the DC movies,
Right.
except for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, there's that one.
I think Ezra Miller is playing a pretty good Flash from what I've seen.
Yeah,
I-
in the excerpts from the Justice
Yeah.
League. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say so.
I agree. He's one of the beacons
high
that I'm
points.
actually looking forward to.
The high points.
I thought Flashpoint at first was a little early in the DC universe, but if it's going to do a soft reboot and kind of reestablish everyone again, I'm all for it.
You mean get rid of Leto Joker?
Yeah, if we could get rid of Jared Leto, if we could bring in a different Joker, if we could bring in a different Lex.
You don't need to destroy an entire universe to get rid of Jared Leto Joker. This is a very simple fix. In New 52, there are 3 Jokers.
They have said that.
The chair, the Mobius chair has established this as canon. All you have to do is just bring in a new Joker.
And we can just forget the other one.
We can just ignore it. And then, and you know what? Do the whole like cut off his own face, wearing it like a mask Joker. Do that. Do Death of the
Yeah,
Family.
you can do that. Just get rid of Leto altogether and make him cut his face off and just start
Then
over.
Batman could be like, "What the fuck did you do to yourself, Jerry? You're not pretty anymore. Where's your tattoos and your grill?" It's like, "Oh, I don't suck balls anymore. I'm a good Joker now."
3 Joker. I hate that idea so much.
I don't mind
Get
it
over
because
it.
I don't mind it because New 52, they did a lot of different versions of different people. I mean, it happened. I don't mind it. Now, yes, Joker's like probably one of the one characters you try not to touch and mess with too much
Right.
because he is kind of a Stapleton in the
A Stapleton. He's just a staple.
Stapleton.
He's just a staple.
Stapleton.
No, he's a
I like my
Stapleton.
word.
Stapleton's
I'm going
a
to stick
town.
by it.
But this is
Big words.
the Flash fucked up so bad by going back and changing everything that I can buy that there. I don't want 3 Jokers. I just want one.
That's
but if
not
there
Leto.
is 3, yeah, and it can't be this douchebag. But if there's 3 of them, okay, fine. But
So that brings us to our next point too. But to wrap up on Flashpoint, Yes, we know Wonder Woman's going to be in Flashpoint. Shocker, guess what? Batman's going to be there too. And oh, shocker, guess what? Flash is going to be there. We know that. Thank you, DC. Thank you, WB, for this stupid announcement. Okay, moving on. Next point I think we talked about is Joker itself. They have finished the script for...
Speaking of Joker things that no one wants.
The thing that nobody wants ever is a origin story for the villain we never had an origin story for, minus the Red Hood falling in the pot.
This entire announcement itself had better be a joke. And this script should just be ha 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 over and over for like 170 pages and like formatted to look like a real script, like in The Shining.
I would like that. If they actually pulled that off, that would make me happy because
just kidding.
Nobody wants this crap. Like nobody. And the fact that they have rumored, I guess, I don't know if it's a proven or rumored, whatever it is, Leo DiCaprio is in the front running to be Joker.
I mean, I love Leo, but I just not
for the Joker.
Not for this.
No,
I wouldn't mind seeing him do it. My concern with it is not that it's an origin, because there'll be many origins for the Joker. It's up to you to decide which one is true. Like, I didn't mind the origin story and Tim Burton's '89 Batman.
Right.
Fine. Cool.
That'll always be the origin story to Joker to me.
Yeah.
Batman dropped him in a vat of chemicals.
And that's kind of like the Red Hood.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Red Hood. But my concern is you're going to make this movie and then you're like, oh, by the way, it's not in the DC universe. Yeah. Then why the fuck
are you making it? What's the point? Like, if the whole idea is to have a universe that is connected, like Marvel is doing with all of their movies, why would you make a Joker movie, which is about probably one of the biggest villains in the DC universe, that's not connected to the DC universe?
I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat this shit sandwich, Warner Brothers.
And
you're gonna eat it with a knife and fork, unfortunately.
And all I keep saying is just get William Dafoe to be fucking Joker.
Willem.
The
50th fucking time to make
I always call him William because it looks like William. Willem, my bad. Sorry, Mr. Dafoe. Get him to be Joker. I've seen people do sketches of him as him. I've seen fan art of him. He has the perfect face for a Joker.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe would be a great live casting.
And
for
he
the Joker.
is psychotic anyway.
He's too old anymore.
Doesn't matter.
But I hate to do this, guys, and it sounds cliche and on the wall, but fuck it, man. Let's get Mark Hamill in the suit.
Oh,
let's just do it.
I mean,
Let's just put some makeup on Skywalker. He already does the voice in the animated series flawlessly.
He sounds that he has that creepy ass laugh, that voice. He also did the trickster. Wasn't that another villain?
Which is the Flash's version of the Joker.
Yeah, in both Flash shows.
Yeah.
Andy, didn't we know a guy who said that the Flash's Rogues Gallery was as good, if not better, than the Batman's?
Yeah, and we immediately told him why he was wrong.
Who is this asshole?
Super wrong.
It's a guy that you don't know.
Yeah, it was a guy we used to hang out with, and he came over one time. We were all playing Hero Clicks. Awesome game, by the way. And
nerds.
He mentioned, I watched The Flash or something. He read something. I don't know what he did.
We were either playing it. Flash came up.
Yeah. And he was like, I think Flash has the best rogue gallery of all the superheroes.
He needs to be insulted in public.
Let's just go through like a couple of these douchebags in the Flash Rogues Gallery.
Well,
you tell me if even one of them is even close to a Joker.
The Trickster is the closest.
The Top. We got Top Man.
Top Man.
We've got, which is like a Mega Man villain, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We've got fucking Weather Wizard.
Captain Cold.
People like alliteration.
Captain Cold.
We've got the Trickster, which is literally like a manic depressive Joker with toys. I don't even know. It's like a mixture between the Joker and Toy Man.
Yeah.
Mirror Master.
Captain Boomerang. Like you're literally going to stop the Flash by throwing your boomerang past him.
Yes.
To come back and hit him.
Hey.
Yes.
He became a Black Lantern and kind of came cool when he was a Black Lantern.
Kind of is even a stretch.
Cool.
When he was dead, he was cool. Was my joke there. And then you have Captain Cold. I guess is kind of a villain.
The turtle.
Really.
Captain Cold's kind of cool, but he's also a Mr. Freeze ripoff.
Mr. Freeze, exactly. Who else do you have? Gorilla Grodd, who's probably the main.
Okay, Gorilla Grodd's badass.
So I just realized something, guys. The Flash's Rogues Gallery is literally a lighthearted version of Batman's Rogues Gallery.
Kind of.
Gorilla Grodd, Killer Croc, Captain Cold, Mr. Freeze, the Trickster, Joker. What the fuck? It's literally a complete carbon copy, but like for kids.
I think that's what they were trying to do.
G-rating.
They were like, let's make Batman, but a little nicer.
Flash's rogues don't kill.
That's true.
That's actually, yeah.
That is true.
Meanwhile, Joker's just like, you looked at me wrong.
bam.
Joker has probably a higher kill count than every serial killer in like United States history.
Accurate. So yeah, we're getting this dumb script finally finished that nobody wanted.
And like, doesn't it like last night I heard like I think it takes place in like the 80s or something like that.
It's supposed to be like 80s Gotham with the neon lights, and all I'm picturing is Joel Schumacher's Gotham.
I'm already just groaning.
And I'm like, we've seen it.
Fat nipples.
Yeah, don't do it again.
I'm already groaning, and like I'm picturing a scene where he's just like dancing around to take on me. I'm just
I see him wearing the Miami Vice jacket.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No.
But in purple and white.
Is MacGyver coming in too?
I see Harley Quinn
Magnum
with big
PI.
hair, big 80s hair.
Tom Selleck. He'd make a good appearance.
Like a mixture of like Madonna and like Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
But crazier.
Lauper?
Lauper. Willem, Lauper,
Stapleton.
whatever, Stapleton. We make our own words up, Tim. Tim, they're just words. They don't rule us.
How was it?
Did it?
God damn it, Tim.
All right.
God damn it, Tim.
So we all agree, fuck this movie, fuck this script. Sorry, Leo DiCaprio, but fuck you too for even trying. And we're going to move on.
Am I the only fucking person who feels like DC is not getting their own memos? Like, we don't need fucking suicides. We don't need movies about bullshit characters.
No.
Sorry, I'm not saying the Joker's a bullshit character, but he is a side.
Suicide Squad was a bullshit movie, period.
We need DC films about awesome shit.
Yeah.
We need, Justice League, obviously, but we need movies about like Green Lantern and like the main Justice Leaguers. And we need, I want a Batman movie. I want a new DC Universe solo Batman film. And I want like Court of Owls or
or like bring in the Robins. Like actually have a good like Batman with a Robin movie. Like we haven't had any of that in the new era.
Do Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, do Red Hood. Like that's a perfect candidate for a nice like rated PG-13 or R Batman movie. That could be awesome.
He would be the perfect villain for a Nightwing movie.
Or Nightwing. Absolutely.
There you go.
So I think WB and DC are playing catch up. They're trying to get on the boat late that Marvel created with Iron Man and the whole series beyond that, and they're a little late because they had so many issues in the 90s and the early 2000s with what they had, and they're playing catch up. And
here's what I think. I think they tried to play catch up. They were like, you know what, we're going to make our own shared universe and we're going to get to the Justice League as fast as we can. And now they're kind of stopping and going,
what now?
Well, Marvel's already done the shared universe and they've done it amazingly well. We have all these great characters, and I think they're starting to backtrack. Like, well, why don't we just make standalone movies?
Right.
Why don't we do? Maybe they could share a universe. Maybe they could get together. But if not, it's just a great standalone film. Just make up your fucking mind,
right? And do a good movie. That if you want to do a standalone, we don't need a Joker origin movie.
No, just bring him into a Batman movie.
Give us the Killing Joke. I don't care. We don't need an origin story for him. Nobody cares. Everybody likes Joker because he came out of nowhere. He's chaos. He's pure evil. Period. End of story. I don't need anything else.
The Dark Knight got his origin perfect. There is no origin.
Right.
How can DC be so fucking good at their animated movies and so fucking bad at their live action films? You've done it already, assholes. You just didn't do it with real people. Right. Just do it again, but with real people.
Exactly. Yeah. And if anyone out there has not gone and watched any of the animated series Batmans or any of the animated stuff they've done with DC, go watch it. It's awesome. Most of it's on Netflix. It's all good.
Flashpoint was a great animated movie. The fucking the Dark Knight Returns were great fucking movies.
Justice League War.
Justice League War was great. Superman, Batman, like Apocalypse was amazing.
What was the Wonder Woman movie? The animated one.
That was just Wonder Woman, the movie, bro.
Great. Yeah. That one was so good.
Doom was a good one as well.
Yes.
Justice League Doom was great. That's Tower of Babel story for those of you who are actually read comics.
Yeah. So just go over to your animated series and copy it. Real people. Gold.
Done.
Thank you.
Mission
accomplished.
accomplished.
Already written for you.
You're welcome, DC. We just made you a ton of money.
I expect my check in the mail, assholes.
All right. So speaking of further DC, I don't know if it's a fuck up, screw up, whatever the hell this is coming up. But Lex Luthor is now gone out of the what is it?
Good.
Yeah. So the word that's coming out is that the final cut of the Justice League movie that is being screened right now has 0 Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor.
Well, good because he sucked in that one. So
it was awful.
You know, I don't hate on Jesse Eisenberg. The guy's done good work.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. I mean, I'm not.
This was not a role for him.
Right.
No.
I mean, I think if it was written properly, I think he could have been a good Lex Luthor or maybe directed properly. because I had hopes for that casting because I think he's a good actor. It's just
they played Lex Luthor
like the Riddler.
Yeah, it was
so
not Lex
neurotic.
Luthor. It was not him.
Lex Luthor is
It
not
was
the Riddler.
Lex, Riddler, Joker mashup.
So like, and I can't figure out.
All
if
he
it's,
had to do was play Mark Zuckerberg
right,
again.
Like, that's why I thought he was going to be a good Lex
Be
Luthor.
the smart asshole that you were in Social Network.
The Social Network's a great movie.
That's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, so like I don't know if that's just the actor's choice or was it.
No, he had to have
Zack Snyder
direction.
that's what I'm saying, or was it Zack Snyder
Not necessarily.
directing? Right.
Zack Snyder is notorious for letting his actors find their own rhythm and do their own thing.
Well, this one he should have stepped in, I guess. Because that's awful.
Like the whole Jolly Rancher scene. Like,
yeah.
Can I never see that
out.
again? Ever?
Yeah, and that's not something Lex Luthor would do.
No.
Like I get it's to like establish dominance, but like that's not how Lex Luthor established dominance.
Is a 12th level intellect.
Right.
Lex Luthor is a genius. He's dangerous because Superman knows Lex Luthor is evil, but Luthor has tricked everyone on Earth to think he's like a philanthropist. God, this sounds really fucking familiar. Who do we know that's incredibly rich and has made like the majority of people think he's not a complete douchebag, but he is literally a fucking supervillain?
We shall not say his name.
No. Sure.
He can find us if we talk about him.
Good old
Fuck him.
good old DT.
Yeah. So he's gone, cut out, which is probably a good thing for this movie. I think it'll give us more of time to actually appreciate the Justice League and without this stupid interloper that's really not
at
Lex
this
Luthor.
point too. The threat of Luthor is so minuscule compared to what is coming.
Yeah, you don't need the Justice League to take care of Lex Luthor.
No.
I mean, yes, he can be a big threat, but he's not Steppenwolf. He's not Doomsday. I mean, he's not any of these things.
It's not Darkseid.
Wait a minute now. In the comics, Steppenwolf is no Lex Luthor. But in the movies, yes, I see your point. I get it. He's not really a threat anymore.
And it's more of what's coming beyond Steppenwolf, not necessarily Steppenwolf himself.
Right.
I kind of feel like Steppenwolf is a mistake. They should be leading with Granny Goodness and the Furies.
Again,
that's Darkseid's like vanguard of ass whoopery.
Again, if WB and DC are listening,
they're not.
Take our ideas. Just take them and run with them.
It's too late. It's already filmed.
It's never too late.
I want a fucking paycheck. I'm not giving my shit out for free.
Yeah. So I really am hoping Justice League is good. What I've seen preview wise looks good. Looks like it'll be a fun action movie, which I'm hoping it is. We need to have a good kick-ass heroes versus hordes of whatever.
You can say that all you want. There's nothing we can do that's going to make. We are damned if we do, and we are damned if we don't as DC fans. Because let's put it this way: let's say that Whedon comes in and he writes the ship, and Justice League turns out to be like a really awesome ensemble film, and the humor's there, the action's there, the plot is there, all the pieces fit. All motherfuckers on the internet are going to do is say, "Oh, Justice League, huh? Well, Avengers did it first."
Yeah, I hope they don't do that because that's like you can't say anything about the comics. Like both sides did the same, story sometimes, but it's different.
I'm going into this movie thinking it's going to be an abysmal train wreck, and I can't wait.
Really?
I can't wait.
I hate
you so much for thinking that. You faithless bastard.
I mean, even the scene alone where Flash is talking to Batman and he said, well, "What's your superpower?"
Right.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like that is like we need that.
I mean, also the
we
part
don't need that. That's like my beef with Batman. Anyone who listens to my top 5 knows that I hate Batman for that reason.
Know.
I mean, like I'm cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, like I kind of think it's very tragic.
And I think it'll give us a chance to see some of the heroes we have never seen on a good big screen. Aquaman, who
Flasher.
Aquaman before. I don't think a lot of people kind of made fun of Aquaman, for a long time. But I think this is
orange t-shirt and green underpants, and he talks to fish.
Right.
I mean, what's there not to make fun of?
Exactly. But now we had Jason, going to be a badass looking Aquaman.
Khal Drogo and threw him into the sea.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So hopefully, I think what I've seen, he's having fun surfing on. What are those things called?
Parademon.
Parademon. Thank you.
Parademon.
He surfs on a parademon through a building.
I thought you were going to say dolphins. Honestly, I thought you were going to say dolphins.
I hope so. I want to see him surf some dolphins.
When they started letting Aquaman talk to cool fish like krakens and great white sharks,
that's awesome. That's much better.
Not when he's like, "Guppies, come save this drowning swimmer."
Right. Yeah. No, it's just bad.
I'm gonna get you.
What?
And then we also have Cyborg. We've had some good Cyborg. I think Teen Titan Cyborg has been a good Cyborg. Some actual decent, but
I've never been a Cyborg fan.
nobody is. I don't think you're going to find a true hardcore I'm a Cyborg fan.
Unless you're goddamn Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
The oldest Teen Titan. And they got to the point where they couldn't justify a 25-year-old man being on the Teen Titans anymore. Plus, let's be honest, the Justice League was sort of lacking in diversity.
A little bit. White.
John Stewart Green Lantern was like really one of the first and only African Americans in the Justice League. And then, you had Vixen and Mr. Terrific. But these are these weren't characters that were like the main 7 leaguers. The DC, I don't want to say they forced themselves to get with the times, but they forced themselves to get with the times. They had a really popular hero in Cyborg that was popular in the Teen Titans show and the Teen Titans comic, and they saw how long he had been a Teen Titan for, and he's probably not a teen anymore.
Right.
So they brought him up in the ranks, and now he's a new 52 canon. He's officially a founding member of the league.
There you go. We'll actually get a good, maybe a good Cyborg on film. He looks pretty badass. He can do some cool shit.
As more footage has come out, you can see they've cleaned up the CG on him.
A little bit.
Those first few glimpses we got of him looked really bad.
It just looked a little, and obviously he is full CG because you cannot just have a cyborg. But the first one it looked like you could definitely tell. And that's just us being white first world problems. Like you actually can see the computer animation. We used to always be able to see that. Now we've gotten better technology, so we shouldn't be able to see it as much. But you're right, they did clean it up a little bit. He takes over the Batmobile, which is cool. Like hardwires himself into the Batmobile.
Yeah,
and tells
like
Alfred he's got
type
it.
thing. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I personally feel that if they didn't actually make a half robot, half human being for this film with practical effects, then it's just not going to be good enough for me.
They talk about what's it called when you dive into characters so hardcore. Method acting. Yeah, he went full method.
So the actor should have just went and
got implants,
robot legs.
Oh yeah.
I got legs, robot legs.
So that I guess that kind of segues pretty well into our next topic. The Cyborg standalone film is gone,
scrapped,
got rid of it,
and this has been kind of low key news.
Well, I don't understand why they got rid of it because I get it. He's not a top tier like we just discussed. He was kind of brought in later, but
it's not that he's not top tier. He is a new. I don't want to say reimagining. He's a retcon of the origin of the Justice League.
Okay.
But he doesn't have the fan following that the rest of the leaguers have.
Yeah, so that film, I personally did not really know they had a Justice or a Cyborg standalone coming out. Personally, I had no idea. But now I know that's been cut. So apparently it doesn't matter anymore.
So it does not impact you at all.
It does not matter to me whatsoever.
It was in their original slate of like Justice League, Aquaman, Flash, Justice League 2, which I
Wonder
think
Woman.
has been kind of scrapped too, maybe?
Justice League 2?
Yeah.
Already?
Or maybe it's not, it's on their schedule, but not.
As soon as they wanted it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, when we had Justice League, I don't know why you'd already planned a Cyborg movie until you find out how well he's received. And then once he's received, maybe then you can do it.
Right.
I just don't see him as being a standalone. Yeah, like he doesn't have that name recognition where you're going to get the casual fan to go and sit down and be like, I want to watch this.
It's like doing a Hawkeye or a Black Widow movie without introducing them.
I wouldn't see those anyway.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well, I know. Well, that's my I guess.
You can't do a Cyborg film if it doesn't become a Teen Titans film.
Not if you can do a Teen Titans film.
That would be great.
Right.
They're doing a live action show.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's not in it.
But what? How is... Okay, whatever. They're just fucking everything up now. Jesus Christ. They need like counseling or something. I don't know. But so...
Booyah.
Yeah, so booyah. I'll see a booyah Cyborg. Cool. And what would his villain be? Does he have his own like rogue gallery, or is he?
I can't name
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Okay.
No, that's a Teen Titans villain. That's not a Cyborg.
But that's the thing.
So yes, he would have to be.
Cyborg has gone up against Deathstroke. That's the problem, though. Cyborg's entire identity is revolving around Teen Titans.
So they'd have to. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they're like, okay, no more Cyborg film. Let's do Teen Titans.
See, I heard Deathstroke. Deathstroke's in the Batman movie, or he has a cameo in Justice League. Is that
he was? Yeah, he has a cameo in Justice League.
Yeah, they have an.
He was going to be it's Joe
DiMaggio.
No,
begins with an M. Like
Magno. I can't say his last name.
Whatever. I don't.
Mangielli.
Mangielli.
Oh, that guy.
Joe Mangielli.
Joe Mangielli.
The Magic Mike Tripper guy.
Yeah, let's just make it up.
God damn it. He was in True Blood. Can we at least
So,
Jesus.
Sorry. I see Magic Mike.
So when
I haven't seen True Blood or Magic Mike.
No.
So.
Oh, okay.
When Affleck was the writer-director of the Batman, that was the villain. Now, the new director, which is Matt Reeves, apparently was rewriting the script.
Okay, so he's now.
So it is not known if Deathstroke is in it or not. And
okay.
I wouldn't mind it. It'd be cool to see a brand new villain.
Because didn't they even release a picture of him in the Deathstroke outfit too?
Plus, that's a good matchup for Batman. I think Deathstroke's a great matchup for Batman. You know, combat ability wise.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that would be a good.
He was a pretty good boss in Arkham Origins. That was a pretty good part of that game.
Absolutely. So Cyborg movie gone. We don't care. Give us something else, or make something better.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Green Lantern
is my Green Lantern movie.
Yep.
Well, they should.
It doesn't suck.
They should have done that when Nathan Fillion was actually young. And
we're going to get a Green Lantern Corps movie. So they're introducing the Corps in the Justice League,
right,
and then the Green Lantern Corps will get their own film.
Okay, like for the whole, you're going to see every light spectrum.
I don't know if they're doing every spectrum, but we're getting.
I doubt they're going to do
Jordan.
War of Light out the fucking.
Yeah, they want War of Light right away.
They'll at least introduce the Sinestro Corps maybe.
Okay, so you have the green core versus the yellow core, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe
I watch
at the red or something.
Yeah, you can
hint
at
afterwards.
Stuff, or orange,
you can
whatever.
hint at the other stuff. Yeah, for sure.
And then you can bring in what are they called, the Watchers or whatever.
The Guardians.
Guardians. Thank you.
You guys are totally mixing genres right now.
I say things and they come out and they don't make sense, but I eventually get there and it works out. It's okay.
It's right in your head.
It's there.
If anything, we've established that DC and Marvel have been stealing from each other for the better part of a century.
You know, and it's hard to get the pictures in my mind to come out in words sometimes. So, whatever. Okay, so that's enough DC talk for now. We just really want DC to get their shit together, make some good shit. Let us see movies that we actually care about, not Joker movies we don't give a shit about, Cyborg movies we don't give a shit about, and maybe make Justice League good and give us Green Lantern Corps. The end. Okay, moving on.
Sold American.
Sold American.
So I guess we can move on to some better news since we've just been shitting on every comic movie right now. This new Star Wars film got a new director. J.J. Abrams back.
Does that really count as a new director?
No, not a new director,
really an old director.
To that one, I guess.
Well, yeah, because it was episode 9 was being directed by Colin Trevorrow.
Yes,
and
or however you say his last name,
Colin Tomorrow. The word coming out is that he is quite difficult to deal with on set. With the success of Jurassic World
going to his head.
Yeah, he was not working well with others. So Kathleen Kennedy, who calls all shots with Lucasfilm, and said, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
So they were like, who are we going to get? And everybody's like, bring in Spielberg, bring in back Lucas for some reason, bring in blah, blah, blah.
I mean, Spielberg wasn't happening.
Who said Spielberg? Who the fuck suggested bringing George Lucas back? You, sir, should be shellacked in Town Square.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so people were suggesting Spielberg, Lucas, like they were throwing out big names, and Lucasfilm was like, hey, this J.J. Abrams guy, he made us a shit ton of money with episode 7.
Yeah, he did.
You could come back.
Nice.
And I'm actually cool with it.
Yeah, me too.
JJ's easy to work with. He loves the material. As long as he doesn't remake Return of the Jedi, we're good.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm excited because... it's always nice when you get a director who actually cares about the source material, who actually cares about the product. And this should be a brand new Star Wars story. We haven't, it's not like he's trying to rehash anything. He's going to be able to bring out a brand new story that gives him a lot of freedom.
He'll be able to finish the story he started.
Yeah.
With the new
and
characters.
I guarantee you he had some kind of say with episode 8.
Probably, yeah.
And I always wondered why they didn't just do that to begin with. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you want to have different directors come in to have a different feel to the movies. But if he starts a story out,
Abrams didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to?
He didn't want to do 8 and 9 because that would be 6 years of his life he'd have to dedicate, and he wanted to do other projects.
No, but he came.
Whatever, bro. YOLO. When Star Wars calls, you answer the call.
He's already back, so
Well,
I'm just saying, like, he should have done all three. If somebody said, "Hey, Phil, you want to direct a Star Wars film?" I'm like, just one?
That's all I get. Just the one was gonna be 5 hours long.
Give me a fucking trilogy. I could do a lot of work with a trilogy, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I get where he's coming from. You know, family. I want to spend time with kids.
I mean, it's not even like family, kids, or whatever. It's being a creative person and wanting to do wanting to stretch that creativity in other directions rather than focused on just Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I went to film school, and even I find that pretentious, because if Star Wars comes along,
I mean,
you don't sit there and say, "Oh, I have another creative project I want to work on." You go carve your fucking name into like the stones of eternity and direct a Star Wars film.
Right.
3 of them.
And that's what I think too. I mean, this isn't some hole in the wall movie trilogy. This is Star Wars. It's like a pillar of film.
I mean, I get both sides. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess maybe I think you can still do other stuff because there's so much time in between them. But man, like if someone came to me with the opportunity to set my name in stone forever in Star Wars, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, I guess I look at it more at like just not wanting to make that just big of a commitment.
Yeah,
I guess,
it is a big commitment
because we're talking about 3 separate movies with 3 separate budgets, 3 separate filming schedules, and all that, and writing and directing and editing and all that.
It's Star Wars, bro.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, I understand his side of that too.
And I wonder too if maybe he wanted to get the first one out and see how it was received before he
Possibly
put his name on the whole trilogy. Because if it was like a crap show, he wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm doing 2 more." And the first one sucked.
Yeah, right.
Well, they had to woo him even to do the first one. He said no.
I mean, I guess it might be a big burden too. To be like, "Oh shit, I'm doing Star Wars."
Yeah. I mean, what
do you mean they had to woo him?
They asked J.J. Abrams originally to direct Episode 7, and he said no. So
why?
let's call JJ and ask him.
Yeah.
No, I'd like, dude, if I can get an interview with J.J. Abrams, I'd shit my pantaloons. But that's not the point.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to know, like, first of all, the guy remade Star Trek and made it good, at least for one movie. And he still throws in a Star Wars joke in there when R2's floating around in the rubble. The guy was born Star Wars. So was he like nervous? He'd fuck it up. Did he think
that's what it was? I remember reading interviews with him where he was worried that he would not live up to the expectations.
Well,
let's face it, we are the fan base, and we're some of the more tame of the fan base, and we put hateful in our names.
Well,
we at least bathe.
Yes, but I mean, I think after Lucas fucked up with the prequels, I think he was okay.
Right.
I think he anything he would have done.
You can't fuck it up more than episode 1 or 2.
As long as you didn't bring back Jar Jar, you're fine.
Right. You can't make a worse Star Wars movie than 1 or 2.
No. Okay, so JJ's back. We're happy.
I did a happy
When does this one come out? Is this next year?
Or?
Yes.
No, 2 years.
2 years? Oh,
so
man.
And it got pushed to December. They were going to release it in May. And it got pushed to December, which is completely fine with me.
Same thing with Episode 8. Episode 8 was supposed to come out like the last week of May this year.
Yeah.
Now
I have to wait so long.
I mean, December is going to be Star Wars month for like the foreseeable future. I don't know why you're trying, because I'm all in.
Yeah, but I just don't like to wait that long.
It's like an early Christmas present.
Well, don't worry, you'll get the Han Solo movie in between.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Shoot me.
Please. And do it first.
Or just shoot.
Just shoot.
Just put your heads close together. It's fine.
Callbacks.
Yeah, so I think that's all the news. I think we have of upcoming shit. Anybody have any new items?
I did see the other day that apparently Matthew Vaughn is still in the running to do Man of Steel 2. Matthew Vaughn is the guy who did Kingsman 1 and 2.
I love that idea. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to have Snyder back to continue his great epic Man of Steel, which and you think I'm being sarcastic. I fucking love Man of Steel, obviously. But
I'm a big Man of Steel.
If anyone could do another one, it'd be Vaughn.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the second Kingsman yet?
I have not had a chance.
I haven't yet. We were gonna see it on opening weekend, but Kat and I have some friends and they wanted us to wait, so we're waiting.
Okay, yeah, I think it looks really good. I wasn't really sure about bringing a second one out because I was like, I mean, the first one was so good, why try to ruin it? But
I've had some friends see it. I'm excited. I'm going Tuesday.
Okay,
but
nice.
That may be an upcoming episode, we talk about the Kingsman series, which is a fun series. Okay.
I'll tell you a movie I have seen,
What's
though.
that? Oh, that you beat me to my segue.
Oh man,
I'll beat you like a redheaded step nerd.
All right, let's sound off if we've seen it.
Which one? Original?
What do you want me to
Or
say?
the new one.
I have not seen the new one.
So Phil has seen it.
I've seen both.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice.
Nice.
Sweeney?
Nope. I've seen the original.
Tim?
I've seen the original and read the book. But not
Have you seen the new one?
I have not seen the
You
new one.
fucking posers. All right.
Well, how are we posers?
Fake
We've
fans,
seen the
dude.
original. That's like no.
Oh,
No.
I've seen the original. I've read the book 3 times, and I've watched the new one.
Yeah.
It is super.
It is.
good.
Well, Andy likes to go and leave his friends, but then go watch movies by himself, and not invite people.
Yeah,
so
douchebag.
douche.
I took
Andy
my
has friends.
son.
The second time.
Yeah.
What the first time?
The first
Where was
time.
it?
took your son to see
Where was the
it.
invite?
I didn't buy the ticket. I got invited.
It means you can't invite me?
No, I can't.
Oh my God. Because somebody else bought a ticket. You can't, like, hey, sweetie, I got a ticket. I'm going to go. Do you want somebody to see it too? Sure, Andy. I'd love to go.
And
Eat.
yes,
Boom.
I did take my son. Now my son is 11 going on 12.
Old
and
man.
when you see it, it is rated R, but it's rated R mostly for the language. My son is in middle school, and I remember when I was in middle school, I heard every fucking word under the roof. So
And
I
you see
wasn't
how
You
he
still say
turned
them.
out.
exactly. So I'm not one to shelter my son from like I'm going to avoid him seeing like gratuitous sex and shit like that because that he doesn't need to see yet. Gore, violence, language. I'm not going to shelter him from that.
Well, I mean, plus your son's a gamer. And that shit's in games.
He's already seeing it.
They've already. I mean,
I'm sure there have been words that have come out of your son's mouth online that you would be appalled by.
Probably, but he hasn't done it around me, so kudos to him.
yeah, that and
Good on you, mate.
and you kind of instilled like, hey, this is adults. This is what adults do, not kids. And he's
Yeah.
kind of respected that for the most part, as far as you know, except for maybe when he's with his friends and he likes to. My dad says I can do this. Whatever.
No,
I'm not going to co-pilot parent Andy because in my theater, when I saw it, there was a dude there with his like 9-year-old daughter, and this little girl was laughing.
Kids these days.
And I gotta tell you, even my wife and I looked at each other and were like, "How creeped out are you right now? By the movie? No. By this young person. This person's child is frightening me."
yeah,
right now."
kids are desensitized. They see that shit everywhere.
but he did. I asked him. I said, "Would you like to see this movie?" And he said yes. And I told him, there's some scenes that are a little intense. Now the movie to me is not jump out and scary. I'm scared. It's just got this very creepy, tensious vibe to it.
Well, there's also no gangbang orgy.
No,
So.
no.
Okay. For those of us who have not read Stephen King's It was a different time in the 80s, but there is
The
a
Wayback
scene in the
Machine.
novel. There is a scene in the novel where the kids, while they're in the sewers trying to fight Pennywise, are confronted by Maturin the turtle. That's a Dark Tower reference. I'm not going to go into that. That'll take a whole episode. But the turtle tells them the way to defeat Pennywise is to overcome your fears. So to do so, they all have some sort of like preteen, post-teen sexual gangbang so they can all de-virginize each other, and like it's just very fucking creepy. And like from a modern perspective, you're like, Stephen, it's very awkward. And Stephen King, how much coke were you on when you wrote this? I just want to know the proper amount to not OD. Anyway, so yeah, they of course even the Tim Curry version and the modern version have left this scene on the floor. It does not enter the film in any way, shape, or form. So book fans, if you wanted this scene, you should question your own morality. But
Well, that's the thing too. I think they've interviewed Stephen King about this, and he's like, everyone gets hiccup on this scene, but they're okay with me killing children. Like,
Right.
I mean, I get it. It is a gangbang or whatever it is in the sewer, but it's like he's also killing children. That no one mentions that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're both bad images, obviously, but yes, I mean, so it is. I mean, I think it is probably best left out of a film because I don't think anyone wants to watch that. I think it might be illegal.
Even the director was like, "Fuck no, I'm not filming."
Right.
that."
I think it's illegal. I don't think they actually can show that.
it is super illegal even to depict it in that sense. But look at what Andy said like a few moments ago when he was talking about like what he will and will not expose his son to. He talks about some swearing and some violence as long as it's guided is okay. But inappropriate sexual encounters are. It's way too early for that kind of shit.
Yeah, he is. I don't want him to see like, oh, this is how I treat women. No. Once you get older,
this is
then
one of
you
those,
can. No, but
Whoa.
Then
So
treat them with
Jesus
respect.
Christ,
Yeah,
Andy.
no, joke.
And I think actually in the the novel, aren't they also like teenagers? So it's not necessarily like children at this point.
They're like 13 to 15 in that range.
I mean, most of us have had some sort of experience at that moment in our lives too, not a gangbang.
Oh yeah, Pacey, why don't you tell me about yours?
Well, maybe
that's a Dawson's Creek reference. Anyway.
I'm sad that you may know that reference.
I'm even sadder that I knew that reference too.
I feel bad for both of you.
Yeah. Oh, you should.
So okay, so take us down the new film then. Lay it down. Is it verbatim from the book or an old film?
I would say at least 90% of this film, other than the fact that it's in the 80s and not the 70s, is fucking really accurate. Like, it's really close. There's some mild nuances of like setting and dialogue, obviously, because they had to modernize it for the 80s. But for the most part, the characters are true to their characters in the books and the original made-for-TV version. And the Pennywise is, the Deadlights. For anyone who's never read this book, I don't even really know how to go into it, man. But I'm very impressed. I'm a big stickler for source material, and you know me. If it's based on something, I feel like accuracy is your number one rule. The diversions they made, did not upset me. This was a good adaptation.
So I have not read the book. Shocking.
Obviously.
So going into it, I did see the original, but the
series,
TV, the miniseries, the TV series, the 2 episodes. And to me, Tim Curry was good, but he was like that. This could be any guy that comes out of a carnival, that was the creepy part of him. Like, he could be anybody.
There's a lot of people that would be very upset for you for saying that. A lot of Tim Curry purists think it's one of his greatest roles.
I do. I liked it. I like that role. This Pennywise is more of that creepy, monstrous, you feel it the moment you see them, the moment you're encountered with them, and they don't waste any time. And in about the first 10 minutes is when you get Georgie and Pennywise interacting.
And I've heard from a couple of my friends that comparing these 2 iterations is like comparing Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, where they're the same character, but they're just different interpretations.
And they're both great.
Yeah.
They're both great for what they are. I prefer the Pennywise just because it is a little more, I prefer...
Aren't they both Pennywise?
No, I prefer Skarsgård's because it's just... I don't know. There was just... I felt more horror film vibe from him. It felt scarier. It felt... And I like the look better.
I will say that the look of Skarsgård's Pennywise is very, very intimidating. It's unsettling to look at. And I don't technically have a fear of clowns. I just hate clowns. It's like spiders. I'm not afraid of them. I'll smash a spider. I'll do the same to a clown. But this, to look at him is incredibly unsettling. Kudos to the makeup job. Watching the made-for-TV one with Curry, I look at that Pennywise. I'm not that frightened.
No, not at all.
I'm actually kind of entertained. He's funny and goofy, and even the when he kind of half morphs into his monstrous form, even then it's not really frightening.
That scene so much.
That's not a spoiler.
No,
dude. This movie's
I know. I just meant I don't think anyone expected that when they were watching it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. And so Andy was saying, the first 10 minutes when Skarsgård's Pennywise and little Georgie meet in the sewers, the drool coming out of his mouth, and you can tell he's watering at the mouth to eat this fucking child, and he just the creepy pederast frighteningness of it, and then he goes straight beast mode, and the teeth and the morphing comes out, which you didn't see in the TV version. They immediately established that this Pennywise is supernaturally inhuman and down to eat your children.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I was expecting, okay, Georgie's going to meet up with Pennywise. We all know Georgie's going to be one of the very first victims. So I'm picturing he's going to get sucked into the sewer Pennywise is going to. No, his fucking teeth come out and bites Georgie's arm off. And Georgie is crawling and screaming, and it's raining, and the blood's just going. And then Pennywise's long arms come out and just slowly pull him down in the sewers. And I look over at my son, and his legs are, the theater we're in has the reclining chairs. His legs just gradually pull up into his body. And I'm just like, I told you this was not the TV series.
So your child's scarred now.
Right.
God, is it? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love your son like an uncle, but I would have loved to have seen him freaked out of his mind for like 10 to at least 2 hours.
He did a really good job. Like, when we got out of there, I even asked him, I was like, was there some really scary moments? And he kind of, he was trying to act tough, and he was like, oh, no. And I was like, well, what about this? And, that opening scene, and you encounter Georgie again later on, but it's not Georgie. It's the scene that you see in the trailers where Pennywise comes up from the water in the basement.
Yeah.
To me, that was intense. And then my son was like, yeah, that was pretty freaked out. But he made me proud. He was like, I can't wait to tell my friends that I got to see this. Yeah. And I remember being young and seeing movies where it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go and tell my friends about this one. So
that's kind of a cool topic. Like, well, do you guys remember your first scary movie you saw in theaters? Like your parents let you go see?
Oh, in theaters?
I don't remember in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street.
I could tell you the first rated R movie that my parents allowed me to see. Speed.
Ooh, Speed was a good one.
Okay,
but I couldn't tell you a horror movie.
I think the first horror movie I saw was at home. I was really young, and they had Halloween on.
Oh yeah,
and I saw Halloween, original Michael Myers.
I remember. Yeah, I didn't go to the theater a lot as a child. My single mom raising 3 boys, we didn't get to go to the theater a lot. But being at home, I remember one of the first things that scared the piss out of me was actually the opening scene in Ghostbusters with the librarian. Like, that scared me so much.
That's a comedy.
That scene's a little
But she
freaky.
Is creepy as shit I was like 2nd, 3rd grade, if that.
I can see that.
Jason jumping out of the lake.
At the pier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of, is it the first Friday the 13th?
Second.
I remember, I have a memory of sitting at the end of like a chair, like and just falling off the. I mean, I had to been like 5 or 6, but and just like, nope, that's not cool.
That and Poltergeist, when the tree pulls the child out of his bedroom and is like eating him, like I swore every tree in our yard had to be cut down.
So you didn't like Evil Dead either with that tree?
Yeah, it was scary as shit to a little kid.
Yeah, right. I think Halloween was my first, like, I was like a little kid and it was at home and it was on the older kids. I'm the youngest. Right. We're watching it, and that one scared the piss out of me.
The first Alien movie's up there for me, as like I've watched that way too young.
Yeah,
way too young.
But I mean, horror movies are there for a reason. People like to be scared, like to get freaked out. So I personally not one of them.
just don't let your kid watch Alien when he's 6.
You only puked. You're fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
Seeing little alien, little boo pop out.
Xenomorphs just scare you. It's
Phil,
right.
What did you see?
Oh, my first scary movie in the theater with my parents? Sleepless in Seattle.
That was terrifying.
Frightening.
It's Showgirls.
No, seriously, that movie frightened the fuck out of me. It was awful.
You know what? And I think I remember my first horror movie in the theater.
Scream?
I had been like 4 or 5 years old. And it's not really technically a horror movie, but that fucking ugly troll will freak you out when you're 4 years old. Ernest Scares Stupid.
That movie's amazing.
Oh my God. I love Ernest Scared Stupid.
I love that movie, but I was freaked out by it when I was 4 years old.
Nah.
Oh, yes.
Little troll.
Oh, yeah.
Turn people to wood. It's okay.
I was 4.
Milk. Yeah, milk. Just drink milk. You're fine.
I was 4.
Miak.
I was 4, goddammit.
So now we're going into Tim's.
I gotta go back to my happy
childhood.
I gotta go to my happy place.
So yeah, so back to it. I think they even interviewed Stephen King, and he's seen this movie, and he was impressed. Like he thought that he did not know the movie could be this creepy and this scary, even though he wrote the book. Like he did not imagine it being like this on the film. So that's got to be a good sign off for them, because they actually he is known as like the king of uncomfortable when it comes to books.
Yeah,
and it did. It had the balance in this film. So the creepiness, the scariness, the tension, something's coming the entire time. It's there. The other great part of this the humor.
Yeah.
The kids was reading and watching some interviews. They all got together well before filming started just to kind of hang out to get that chemistry, and it pays off. The standout is Finn Wolfhard.
Wolfhard.
He is from Stranger Things, and
best porn name ever.
he delivers some of the best lines in this film, and you just crack up.
Tim, did you just say a fucking 10-year-old has the best porn name
Yeah.
ever?
How
Fucking calling Homeland Security on your ass.
how is Finn Wolfhard not a great porn name?
It's great, but you don't say it out loud, creeper.
Oh, it's instead, and I agree. Not that he should be in porn.
Yeah, I never
but
said anything about him. I said anything
name.
about his name.
being like Wolfhard.
But thank you for reaching that far. Who's got the dirty? Who's got the dirty mind now? Fuckface.
Whoa.
I'll visit you in prison.
Okay.
So
No, I won't.
no, I won't.
But you get the creepiness, you get the humor. They nail the 80s to the T. It's great. There are all kinds of little Easter eggs thrown throughout the movie. When you're in the kids' bedrooms, you see all kinds of Beetlejuice posters and other kind of 80s references.
Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Did you guys notice that there are Easter egg references to other Stephen King properties? Like one of the kids is wearing a t-shirt with an angry classic car on it.
Oh, really?
Total reference to Christine.
Yeah, I picked up on that. I picked up, like you were saying, on the turtle, which is referenced throughout Stephen King's actual universe.
Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's actually pictures of Pennywise himself hidden in murals, hidden in some of the
nice.
books. He just constantly has this presence throughout everything in Derry.
Nice.
And it's just those little subtle things that you pick up on. But the movie spends the entire time focused on the children. So from start to end, it's just the kids. And when the movie wraps, it says Chapter 1.
Yeah.
And I believe Chapter 2 is next year.
September
Spoilers.
19th.
No, I'm just kidding.
19. So September 19, and that will focus with them as adults.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
And there's no rumors yet of any casting decisions for the kids as adults
They
yet.
just said September.
No.
They gave it a date.
There will be some flashback scenes with them as the kids, and I believe they've already, if they haven't filmed, they are starting to film already.
Right, to
That
keep
part I
the
don't
same
know.
age and everything.
Yeah, that part I don't know.
Cool. So it sounds like it's getting good reviews and
Good reviews.
It has broken
Yeah,
records
smashing
for
the
an
box
opening weekend for a
office.
horror film.
Nice.
I think it's also. I think it beat Deadpool's record for highest grossing rated R movie.
really
I think so.
very cool.
Maybe domestic or I don't know, but I heard something about that.
Very cool. So yeah, I definitely need to. I wanted to go see it. Probably not going to see it alone because I'll probably cry. So
I'll go with you, buddy. I'll see the third time.
We can all. hold hands
I
together.
can. I mean, I am a large man, but I will admit when I just do not do well in scary movies. It's just not my thing.
You're not a big anxiety
I
person.
am not. I just don't like it. Scary movies.
Don't worry, Sweeney. We can float down there together.
Wait, does that sound like Kyle's dad? As
I mean, that also kind of sounded like a 1930s news announcer.
a little bit.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I can dig it. Can you dig it? Okay. So on that note, I think that's it for our show. I think we got everything in that we wanted to get in.
We did.
So go see it if you haven't seen it yet. And if you want to talk about it with us, talk. We'll gladly.
Let us
obviously.
know what you thought. We're always down to read your guys' comments on some of our recordings. See what
Absolutely.
you think.
We need your action. Come talk to us. Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, wherever you can comment, or share our stuff. We'll definitely talk to you.
I'm a lonely person. Talk to me.
I wanted to start a segment, and I want to do something called the Hateful Mail.
Absolutely.
Sweeney, plug our email address because I would love it if some of our fans would shoot us some hate mail. If you hated one of our opinions or thought we shat on something you really loved or weren't angry enough, let us know and let us know which of us wronged you so that we can publicize your feelings. You triggered person.
You sensitive snowflake. So if you want to email us, it's at thehatefulgeeks@gmail.com. Very simple. It's our name followed by @gmail. Can't get much more simple than that.
Don't forget the .com.
Oh yeah, .com. That's important. It won't send to anything if you
Hit that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button, that share button. Get on our YouTubes, whatever. Come find us. Well, that
see you in the sewers.
yeah, we all float down here, bitches. All right. So with that, this is Sweeney.
This is Phil.
This is Andy.
And this is Tim.
And we will catch you next time.
Fuck off.
Tim, can I borrow your clown suit?
I don't have a clown suit.
You do now.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!